gotta talk real fast, real fast.
Okay, I guess we're talking fast. Chase, this is the first episode of Pork Wraps, so what do you want to say?
Pork Wraps. This
Pork
is
Wraps.
episode 1 of Pork Wraps.
Indeed.
I think we're going to do video games because I have a lot of video game topics.
Yes.
High energy.
High octane action. Let's go.
Which is funny because we're like fried from
Yeah, we're very slow.
from the recent podcast.
Indeed.
Yeah, no. So video games, I want to cover some. Yeah, I want to cover my video games.
Yes.
Yakuza. I wanted to. I really wrote this down more for you than actually putting this out for a podcast.
Yeah.
But all right, the Yakuza games. I know you know what they're like. But for those that don't, the Yakuza games are about the Yakuza, obviously. But it's a very comical take. You can fucking beat people up with fish.
For those of you who don't know what Yakuzas are, they're just Japanese gangsters.
Yeah, no, that's the Japanese mob. They essentially run shit. And, yeah, no, the Yakuza is very serious people, all right? They killed a guy for writing a movie about the Yakuza.
Oh.
Yeah, no, so they're very serious about the way they're displayed in the media. And, yeah, no, they live by a fucking diehard code. Like, if they fuck up in the slightest, they have to cut their pinky off and give it to their boss.
Oh.
Because they follow, like, a samurai code. Because they believe, like, they're descendants of the samurai.
Oh, that's
samurai
sick.
would do that because they would cut their pinky off because they would lose 50% of their hand power.
Oh, yeah.
So they couldn't carry, like, heavy swords or swing as well. And, yeah, no, just to give you the image that they're fucking serious. And, like, they've made tattoos scary. Like, if you have a tattoo in Japan, you're viewed as a scoundrel because only the Yakuza are willing to have tattoos. And it's not like a tattoo gun. They put ink on a needle and drive it through your skin, and it's hand poking.
Man,
that's yeah, no. So the Yakuza are real fucking interesting to me, especially because there's not that much Yakuza material. Because they're very serious about how they're represented and like kill off people who fuck with their image. So there's the Yakuza games who are just absolute goofy. Like straight like bullshit.
But doesn't it follow like a serious storyline though?
It follows a serious storyline, but also the storyline is several occurrences of going against the Yakuza. Like Kiryu or I don't know how to Kiryu. I don't know how to say his name properly.
Okay.
So I'm going to call him Kazama. Or the dragon. Yeah, the dragon, he gets kicked out a lot. He ends up having a lot of problems with the Yakuza, and a lot of the stories of the Yakuza are like anti-Yakuza because he's fighting against the establishment. But yeah, no, it's a very goofy game. It's made by Sega, and there's like Sega arcades in the game where you can play old Sega games. You can play fucking crane games where you pick up like plush dolls.
That's cute.
If you go fishing, you have a chance to like catch a shark. You know? And it's just all over the top, like ridiculous and comical. There's a boss fight with a bear. And Kazama wins.
Just Yakuza things.
There's cage fighting in the game. You can be a cage fighter and make it through the ranks and be like a champion. The champion is a bear.
All right.
And there's just over the top, ridiculous, and some a fucking journalist with balls was like, "Have you guys really played video games?" He's like, "No, we don't." Like he confronted, or not confronted, but he consulted the Yakuza. He was like, "Have you guys like played video games?" And they're like, "No, we don't like mess with it very much." And he's like, "Well, do you know about the Yakuza series?" And they're like, "No." So he brought like a bunch of Yakuza down to play the game, and they were like, "Oh, this is great." They're like, "No, this is accurate."
What? No, there's no way. There's no way.
They were like, "Yeah, this is a good representation of us. I like this game."
There is no way. Are you telling me the Yakuza regularly get into cage fights with bears?
No, but I guess they like that image. But they were like, "Yeah, no, this is great." Yeah, no.
Say the Yakuza, known for killing people off that misrepresent them in media, And I'm pretty sure I heard a story about like they help the community in some way.
Yeah, they're giving to the community, but they've got like an iron hand.
Yeah. And these same people think the Yakuza series are an accurate representation of what they stand for.
Yes.
Wow.
There's a character in the game that's a pervert, runs around in his underwear.
Right.
He comes in contact with Goro and Kazama a lot. Goro and Kazama are like the two main centerpieces of the story.
Uh-huh.
You don't always play as Goro, but you always play as Kazama. And you can encounter them as either, or that guy as, you know, I'm going too far into it. I'm rambling. But yeah, no. You can encounter them as either character. And Goro says to him, "Do you really jack off that much?" From porn store to call girl to phone booth. Jesus Christ, man, how much jizz do you got in you? That's my favorite line from the entire series. And they were like, yeah.
They play through that part.
Yeah. I don't know if they did, but I'm just saying they see things like that and they're like, that's us.
Yeah, that's us.
There's a scene where you beat up a 6th grader. They're like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to the Yakuza.
Yeah,
the Yakuza.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, no,
I
they're
think
doing good
really-
stuff.
they're
But
really
also,
interesting.
please don't ever come in contact with me because I
I
will
feel like the
run.
Yakuza is to Japan as the cartel is to Mexico.
No,
For real?
don't compare the cartel to fucking Yakuza. Yakuza are somewhat good people. Cartels are,
Well, don't they also doesn't the cartel also give back?
I mean, they give back, but also they kill a
Didn't
lot of people.
fucking Chapo open like schools and shit?
No, that wasn't El Chapo. That was Escobar, wasn't it? Oh no, Escobar's the one that ran
He's
for
Colombian, bro.
Yeah, no, my bad. Yeah, but did Chapo do that?
I feel like he did. I always
I know,
hear
I'm
like
just-
he does a lot of good shit.
Yeah, but you know he's also a drug lord. So
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. It's the same
I'm just
shit.
well, I mean, the reason I'm saying
Like
this
the
is because
Yakuza own orphanages and shit.
well, no, I'm just saying this
I mean, they
because
probably-
there was actually like a whole city was evacuated because there was a gunfight between the cartel and the
Oh, well,
police.
yeah, always.
Because one of the policemen accidentally took in Chapo's son. You know, it was actually kind of funny because they brought Chapo's son in, and then swarms. There you go, of just armored trucks, of cartels. These people shouldn't have armored trucks. They're
Yeah.
basically civilians, but no, they're just rolling in with like huge ass guns. Like machine guns that only the military should have access to. No, these guys are coming in and they're fighting off just the police and what is essentially the National Guard. All for the sake of this one man who is the son of a drug lord that's in prison right
That's
now.
a power move.
That's
a power
loyalty right there.
move. Dude, fucking. No, what was I gonna say about the Yakuza? Fuck. Oh my god, I'm brain dead. But yeah, no. Oh no.
What?
Acknowledging shit like that happens in Mexico, specifically like Juarez,
Yeah.
and then knowing that our hometown had a higher crime rate and murder rate than Juarez at one point
Oh,
is
well, that's interesting.
yeah, it's something to acknowledge.
Yeah. Surprise! Our town hasn't gone to shit.
Yeah, but we're going off from video games.
Yeah. Yeah. Video games. That's
Yeah, this
So-
is the
okay.
subject.
next video game. Next
Video
game.
I would want to say that GTA 4 is the best GTA. Just
Why?
straight come clean.
Why?
Well, I feel like it's more of a process of elimination than it actually being the best one. You know what I mean? Like being just that exceptional that it's like, yeah, it's that one. But if you take factors into play, GTA 5's story was everywhere, poorly written.
Yeah.
The
that's fair.
characters weren't developed.
Mm.
They as a group, like their relationship
Yeah, that
was developed.
Yeah.
But I still don't know shit about Franklin. I still don't know much about Michael. I still don't know much
Yeah.
about Trevor. And this game has been out for almost 8 years.
Jesus.
Acknowledge that 8 years, bro.
Came out 2012, really?
Or
Jesus.
13. I don't know. It was in that. I know I was in junior high when it came out.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, 7th grade, bro.
Wow.
I pre-ordered that shit. Speaking of which, they fucked me. They fucked me.
No, Chase, you're going off on a
No,
tangent.
no. I'm still
You're
talking
going
about.
off on a
I'm
tangent.
still talking about video games.
This is a tangent. Go back to the
I'm still
point.
talking about GTA.
Fine.
They fucked me on GTA 5.
Okay.
I got the collector's edition. You know what they did?
What?
They didn't give me the collector's edition. They're like, we're out of stock on that. But here's the atomic blimp, which is the free DLC that everyone gets when they get it.
Uh-huh.
I was like, yeah, real cool, man. And they gave me like a kaleidoscope or some shit. I don't even know. But yeah, fuck that. But yeah, no. GTA 5 also, the world just feels like a backdrop for the story. It's not very developed. It's just a place. They're like, hey, it's fucking fake LA.
Yeah.
Here you go. It wasn't developed. They didn't do anything to make you feel a part of the city. And I feel like they did a half-ass way to make up for it by doing like fucking tennis and golf. Like, I don't give a shit about that. That doesn't make me interact with the world at all. That just makes me play golf.
You say that, but you praise Yakuza for doing shit like that.
No. I appreciate their mini games because their mini games are actually cool. GTA 5's mini games are kind of frustrating and just a pain in the ass. And it's like, why would I do that when, I can do all this shit?
Uh-huh.
But yeah, no. So I've already eliminated GTA 5 from being the best one. I think it's good, but it's very flawed. And GTA San Andreas, which is like my favorite one. Oh my fucking god.
What?
It's so hard to play through because like it's just man, like lips not moving, just
It was a product of its time.
I know it's a product of its time, but it hasn't aged well like at all. Like the world has, and it's still fun to play, but the story, like fuck that.
That's fair.
The story's good. That's the pain in the ass about it. It's just like the cutscenes make no fucking sense. Everything's so oddly placed.
Remaster.
I really want to remaster
San Andreas.
And GTA Vice City, fucking even worse of a problem, bro.
Yeah.
Don't even consider GTA 3. And Chinatown Wars was good, but like it was just like a fucking. It didn't have much of a story. It was just like a drug runner. It was basically like a crime simulator. Like you would, build up stock in like this drug or go collect, stuff like that. So yeah, now we're left with GTA 4, and I think GTA 4 shines because I feel like its only downsides are its mechanics. They're not even that bad, but like the driving is a little fucky wucky. And sometimes the shooting could be better.
Mm-hmm.
But Nico is so developed. I love him as a character. Like, I really do. And I still to this day play GTA 4.
Really?
Yeah. One of the few things that I don't like about it, there's nothing to do with clothes. Like, there's not a single item of clothing in that game where I'm like, yeah, that looks good on him. So it's like bullshit accessorizing. They were like, you can change it, but you're not going to like it. Yeah, no. And I feel like, I don't know. The cars haven't aged. The problem with the like customizing cars, all you can really do is repair them and repaint them. And it's hard to still enjoy that now playing GTA 5 because you can do so much shit to cars in GTA 5.
Mm-hmm.
But it still holds up because like that's more of a feature in GTA 5 rather than as like a game mechanic. So even though like I wish you could do the shit like that to those cars, because some of those cars I like way more than GTA 5.
Okay.
Surprisingly enough, I like the graphics in GTA 4 a lot more.
What? Why?
They don't try too hard to be real. You know what I mean? Like GTA 5 isn't coming from an artist standpoint, but this needs to look real.
Mm.
And at the time, it was cool, but acknowledge that it was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Everyone looks plastic. Everyone looks strange.
I think
they
mainly
were a little
because you're comparing it now to Red Dead Redemption 2, which is their most recent game.
No, I have some problems with the Red Dead 2 graphics, but what I'm saying is like it isn't timeless. It's very much aged poorly. Whereas why I think GTA 4 and Bully and all these older Rockstar games excel is because they weren't trying to be realistic. It was just an art style. Like Bully and the Warriors have like the same style and the same like look to them. GTA 4 has a very specific look. People look like characters. I can't even.
Caricatures.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of hazy and gloomy.
Yeah,
because
no.
it's New York. It feels like fucking New York. Whereas LA, it's like, this is a place.
This is a place that exists, and it's kind of a parody of that place.
Yeah. And, you know, the way you interact with the internet, like fucking blogs and like lovemeet.net.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
I fucking remember that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Whereas in GTA 5, it's like, you can buy a car. Like, doesn't really add up to much. And they're just way better at world building. Like, in GTA 4, like the strangers and freak missions were just kind of like, this is what the city is like. These are the kind of people. It's not really about the mission. Like, the mission is simple. Like, drop this guy off here or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But it's really just about, like, story. Like, you only do those missions if you want to build, like, the world. Whereas in GTA 5, it's like, oh, well, you get this special item if you do this for this guy. And, like, it adds nothing to the story. It's very empty, and it's just kind of like bullshit missions.
Huh. I guess, yeah, I can see that. I can vibe with that.
Yeah, and I feel like GTA 5 was overly ambitious in that they wanted to do all these things, but they forgot about
The game.
Yeah, and just kind of the soul of it. Where in GTA 4, it's like, well, we're not gonna make a perfect or a realistic game, so we're gonna make a good game. You know, I feel like that's a big problem. But yeah, no. So, process of elimination, GTA 4 is the best GTA.
I'm sure many
Many people are pissed. I've been called an idiot for that take. But I wasn't able to explain why I say that. I think GTA San Andreas is my favorite one, but fuck GTA 5. It's hard to replay. It has no replay value. Other than, you know, the missions, but I mean, not the missions, but like the heists. There's like 3 heists. And it's such a build that it's like, why the fuck would I do this again? But yeah. So now that we got that out of the way.
Yeah, what do you think of Red Dead Redemption 2?
Red Dead Redemption 2. I still prefer the first one. But I'm mad that people were like, oh, it's so slow. Like, how the fuck is it slow?
It is.
It is slow in the sense that, like, progression of the story. But gameplay-wise, it's not slow. Like,
Chase.
It's such a fun game to play.
What do you mean it's not slow? The whole
What do you mean it's slow?
the whole process of like switching. What was it? I've never played the game, by the way.
So you can't say shit.
Okay, but still, I've seen things where like just the process of basic animations are slow.
No,
Like,
I mean,
what's the thing? Oh, there we go. Looting. There we go.
yeah, no, that shit. But that was the same in Red Dead Redemption 1. But people like Red Dead Redemption 1. The same people that like the first Red Dead Redemption are like, Red Dead 2 is too slow for me to play. The gameplay mechanics are very similar, if not just built upon, like a redux version of the original Red Dead engine. But fucking, like, the gameplay, like, just the missions are enjoyable. So I just don't understand how people are like, oh, it's so fucking slow. It's like, you go from, like, hunting to robbing a train to robbing a bank. Like, this is everything GTA 5 wasn't. GTA 5 was slow. Oh my fucking god, it was slow. Because it was like, oh, you gotta get in a van if you want to do this heist. Like, literally only did that in Red Dead Redemption 2 one time, and that was to get an oil wagon. But you go through so much cool shit. Like, yeah, the story takes a while to progress, but, like, fuck the story, dude. Like, the story gets real fast towards the end, but, like, in the beginning, yeah, it is pretty long, but, like, don't worry about the story. Like, to everyone that couldn't play it because it was slow, I just want to say, fuck the story. The gameplay is where it's at. It's such a fun game to play. And if you look at it as an RPG and not like an open world like GTA 5, it's so much more fun. Because I got really into like making guns and shit. And just kind of building up my skills. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like hating Red Dead Redemption 2 or not wanting to play Red Dead Redemption 2 because of the story pacing is an invalid critique. I mean, it is a valid critique of the story, but of the game as a whole, no. Like, you gotta, like, actually play the shit, man.
All right. To wrap it up, what do you think about Shenmue? The whole series of Shenmue.
Shenmue, the voice acting is dumpy. Some of the graphics and animations are dumpy. But if you look past it, it's a beautiful, especially the first two, are a beautiful time capsule of these people's lives. Like, you gotta understand, the developers are Japanese. It's set in Japan.
First game is.
Yeah. Well, kind of. But yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like especially the first one is just such a special and beautiful game to play because these are guys who are making a game essentially about their childhood. It takes place in a small, like, Japanese town, and it's all about just exploring the world. The first game isn't much about fighting or anything other than, like, world building and just kind of feeling out this environment. And if you look at it, if you play, like, Yakuza and be like, oh, well, Shenmue was the predecessor to Yakuza, you're not going to enjoy it because it's nothing about fighting. It's not fast-paced. It is a slow game, but it's one of those games that's, like, all about smelling the roses while you can. Because it's just so fun to, like, look over and you see, like, a fucking quarter machine, and it's like, I can actually use this, and they'll give me, like, a toy Sonic. Or there's a store over there. I can go over there and buy milk. You know, it's just the simple things that's like, wow, they really took their time. And I don't know. The other games are fun if you've played the first one, but I feel like you couldn't get into them or appreciate them for what they are without having played the first one and understanding where it's coming from. It's just really a time capsule.
Did you ever manage to finish Shenmue 3?
No, I'm still working on it. I was stupid. I stopped for like a whole month because I was like, there's a glitch, and I thought it didn't save, so I was like, fuck. I gotta, like, do all this bullshit over again. Turns out it wasn't a glitch. I'm just dumb and didn't press the right button. Because I ran into the problem again. I was like, it's not fucking working. I can't progress. And I go back. I'm like, oh. But yeah. Great games. Great series. I would suggest them if you're looking for something to chill out. And it's a good story about just youth and adolescence. I played it while I was in high school. This is a guy who's like 17. And he's just kind of going out into the world and learning everything and just kind of becoming an adult. And it was really special to me as a 17-year-old, an 18-year-old, kind of embracing the world to play. So, yeah. That's how I feel. This is the first pork wrap. Sorry if it's a little odd. We're still getting into this.
And let me put my 2 cents in. I don't think the newest Pokemon is that bad. All right,
yeah, it wasn't that bad. Fuck you. It's just like Pokemon... I mean, not Pokemon. Pikachu, or Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. So fuck you.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's not bad.
It's not that bad.
Good game.
Thank you. Goodbye.